Hey guys, it's me, Kat, who else would it be? And today I am doing a storytime video. I've never done a legit storytime video, and I figured this is a perfect time to do one. So today I am going to be telling the story of the time I got arrested. And it is exactly what it sounds like. I actually got detained by cops in a foreign country. So let's get right into the video. This story starts a while ago, back in 2014 when I was 14 and I went on a vacation with my family. So we were going to travel Europe for this summer. So we went to France and we stayed there for about like 5 days, 7 days, somewhere in there. And then we took a train to London, and the train was like 2.5 hours, and that was great, it was fine. And then we spent about 5 days in London, I believe, and it was amazing. I love London so much. I love Stratford. That's where William Shakespeare was born, if you do not know. I am a huge William Shakespeare nerd. Anyway, London was coming to a close, and me and my mom were gonna go on a separate path from the rest of my family. The rest of my family was gonna go to Italy, and we were gonna go to Switzerland. And so we got to the airport, and we went into the airport and checked our bags and got in line, and we were like 10 minutes late. And so the line was like moving and moving. We got in line, it was like fine, whatever, and we were boarding, and the lady that checked my passport was like, you can't get on this plane. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, I can. Like, the fuck? And she was like, actually, no, you can't. It's illegal to go to Switzerland because your passport's gonna expire in 3 months. And so she called security, and they thought we were like bad guys trying to like sneak into the country. So we got detained, and we had to wait for like a bunch of like paperwork to go through, and we were supposed to go to the US Embassy and like all this shit. And so we were detained in this part of the airport that no one goes to, and our family had already taken off to go to Italy, and so we were alone in London. Mind you, me and my mom had no money, and my mom called my grandfather, but my grandfather was on the plane already, so we had no contact, and it was the scariest thing ever. And while we were detained, we saw this this bodyguard, and he like came over and was talking to us. He was like, what's going on? Like, we told him everything, and he was like, hey, I can get you guys out of here. And of course we're like, okay, let's do it, let's get out of here. And he was like, okay, what we can do is you have to go to the train station, which is just a little bit of walk, and you have to get on the train and go straight to Paris. Once you get to Paris, you have to spend the night and then take the next train in the morning to Italy. And once you're in Italy, you'll be fine. Nothing will happen, because our family was in Italy and that was our final destination. So it was like, finally, we did this. Okay, so we spent that few hours looking for a train to get on, and it was freaking out because there was security all around, and we were like undercover because we couldn't let anyone know that it was us, because we weren't supposed to be leaving London. We were like detained. And so we got on the train, and we got to Paris. We got to Paris, and we were like, yes, finally, okay, we're safe. And we got into this little hotel, and we spent the night in Paris, and we couldn't like leave our hotel. We had to be like very quiet because we didn't want people knowing we were here. Like, it had to be a secret, like no one could know. And so we went downstairs where they had like farmer's market, and we just got some stuff and ate in the room and watched a movie. And then the next morning around 5 a.m. we got up and we got on a train. We got on a train to Italy. We were going to Milan, and the train was it was like 7 hours, and we were on the train, and do like a over the head speaker, and they go, "Hi, this is the last stop before we get to Italy. We're going to send people through to check your passports." That was the worst thing we could hear. This sent like us into like panic mode. We were like, shit, we're gonna get caught. We have our like wanted things out there. Like we're gonna get like arrested and detained and like put in a jail cell and never like spoken from again. Like we're gonna be gone. We're dead. We're dead meat. And these fucking guys, giant ass guys, came through with fucking machine guns. I'm not talking like small gun, like pew pew. I'm talking fucking huge guns. And me and my mom just look at each other and we're like, oh my god, we're gonna get killed. This is our last thing. We're dead. We're gone. And then they were actually really nice, and they were like, oh, can I see your passport? And we saw them. And they saw them and they were like, okay, you're good to go. Moral of the story, we got to Milan and we were safe. Thank the Lord. We were good. No cops, no nothing. We made it, and then we spent 2-3 weeks in Italy, and then we went home and we made it home alive. And that is the story of the time that I got arrested. I hope you guys liked this story. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos. And if you guys like my storytime videos, please let me know and I will be sure to make more. Okay, bye.